Hello, in today's video I'll be teaching you how to lube cream switches from Novelty. These are Kale cream switches, these are linear switches. I'll be teaching you how to lube them. Things to know: these switches have five prongs on them, so like the camera picks it up, it's got 5 little prongs on the bottom of them. So these will only fit on boards with paint mount capability. If you don't have a hot swappable or a sortable keyboard, then you have to clip these little prongs there, which we will not be going over in this video. Hope you enjoy, and I hope this video helps you. These are all the things you'll need to lube your cream style switches. You'll need a thin tipped paintbrush to apply the lubricant to your keys. Then you need a key switch remover to take apart your switch to be able to lube it from the inside. You need your 205 GO lube. This is the best for linear type switches. I got mine from Switchmod keyboards. And then you clearly need your cream switch or any linear switch in that matter, but today I'll be using cream switches. Step 1. Get your keycap remover and your switch. Now what you want to do is line it up like so, just like that. So you want it to be on like that. Then you click down as hard as you can onto the switch, and it should just come off as easy as that. You should have the leaf, the top housing, the spring, and the bottom housing. That is step 1. Now to apply your lubricant. Get your thin paintbrush, 205 GO lubricant, and just start. Only apply the tiniest amount of lubricant. You don't need a lot. Less is more when it comes to lubricant. So you grab your bottom housing and see just here, we want to do 2 coats of it with the side that you have lubricant on. So 2 sides of that, 1, 2, and on the other side, 1, 2, on the back housing, which is here, just a bit of that. Then in the very middle, that little hole in the middle that keeps the spring on, just like that. That is step 2. Now to step 3. Step 3 is you get your spring, lubricant. You don't need to put more lubricant on your brush yet, so you just go a little bit there, put it back on your housing, and then a little bit on the top. And that should be enough lubricant for the spring. The spring does need a lot of lube. Now we reapply the lube to our brush. You get a little bit more. And now for the leaf. So you just do a little bit on the sides. You want this really everywhere for linear switches. For anything else, you don't. You don't want this everywhere. For a tactile, it can ruin the feel of a tactile switch. So you want to just keep it just for linear switches. You put it everywhere. And I like to do it for the bottom, because then it feels a lot nicer when you bottom out. That is step 2. Then put it on the spring again, and make sure that these 2 little prongs are facing the metal in the switch, which is just here, just there if the camera picks it up. Now we just place this on top like so. We now get out the top part to our switch. Focus up. And put it on top, facing the Kale sign here. We want to face that to the metal in the switch as well. So we put it down like that. And just click down as hard as you can. Grab your switch, and you have lubed your first switch. Now for a sound test. We'll be doing the sound test now, just in comparison. This is the lubed switch, and this is the non-lubed switch. So, just to hear some comparison of ambient sound. Alright, now starting off with the non-lube switch. Now to the lubricated switch that we just did together. As you can hear, it's just less scratchy. It's a lot nicer to bottom out with. It feels less scratchy and almost less springy. In my opinion, lubing switches, it might be very time consuming, but it's very rewarding at the end. Thanks for watching, and that is how you lube cream style switches. Still, things to note though, if you're doing 60% keyboard, you only have to lube 61 keys, but if you're lubing a full-size keyboard, that's 108 switches, give or take, depending on the board you're using. So this is very time-consuming. It takes me about one and a bit minutes to lube just one switch. If you're doing that for 108 switches, it takes a lot of time. So patient work, but in my opinion, it's very rewarding, and a lot of people do it who are keyboard enthusiasts. So it's a good skill to have and to know how to do it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.